Hello and welcome to another episode of
Dear Hollow Heroes.
And as always, I'm here alongside Meek Man Liam Meekum.
What's going on, guys?
And Rogues Pierre Rob Kelly.
That's me.
And we have a couple new announcements for Dear Hollow Heroes. Let's start off with part one. We have our own merchandise.
Get out of town.
Yeah, we got our own merchandise. We have our nice Dear Hollow Heroes hoodie that I'm going to unveil. Rocky, help me out. Yeah. There you go. Dear Hollow Heroes hoodie. That's out right now.
Looks nicer in person, too.
Yeah,
for our audio listeners, it's a hoodie that says Dear Hollow Heroes with a couple of things.
Yeah, it's our
logo.
We also have sweatshirts, shirts, tank tops. We have
anything your mind can even dream of.
That is not true.
Anything.
Not true.
If you want a bulldozer that's Dear Hollow Heroes themed,
we have decals.
All right. Anyway,
Ben promises that specifically.
I don't promise.
We need to get decals before this episode releases.
So, I like how you bumped your mic off the buzzer. You just went, oh, well, there goes audio.
Well, I was told before the episode not to bump my mic specifically, and about 3 seconds in, and I bumped my mic.
Well, you're still, in concussion protocol.
True.
So we can't expect.
You're still in concussion. It's been under a week.
Did you tell him what happened?
Oh yeah. I mean, nah, it's fine.
It's
fine.
I feel like we should tell him.
I may have bumped my head just a little bit while also putting away the adult diapers today. Again.
So how he got concussed the first time was, bumping his head into a shelf while putting away adult diapers. So being now cautious of this and aware of this previous incident, what does he do today? The same thing? Are you for real, man?
I was doing my civic duty.
It's your civic duty?
No, that was your work duty.
Civic.
All right.
Tomato.
Whatever.
He has a concussion.
Let's get right into the top story. Here we go, guys. Wide right. Bills fans have heard that before. And Chiefs eliminate Bills from the postseason. Bill fans, you've also heard that before. During the last drive of the Divisional Round between these two teams, there were so many plays left on the field for the Bills. And in this back and forth battle, crazy calls, crazy plays. What do you guys think of this game? And where do the Bills go from here?
Home. They go home.
Cancun.
Tijuana.
I was so mad at that game. Obviously, if you've listened to the show, you know I'm a huge Bills supporter. I think Josh Allen's the GOAT. But the entire team, no one player did not sell last night. Collectively, solid game. When it mattered most, a lot of people not coming through.
Shakir didn't sell.
Fine. But Diggs did.
Diggs really
How many times was he targeted? Force-fed the ball.
One of the longest throws I had ever seen in my life.
Beautiful.
While watching a game, not in a highlight. Josh Allen unwinds one for 60 yards in the air, just right through
like
Diggs'
it was
hands.
nothing.
It was
and he was
dirty.
open. Nobody had a hand on it. And how about was it the first play of the game? Gets a screen pass, trying to get him going, trying to get him activated, some kind of spark, fumbles it. Thank God Kincaid is aware and batted the ball out of bounds. Not to mention Josh Allen was at the last drive of the game, also fumbles, and thank God Kincaid is there, aware enough to get a hand on that ball before it gets scooped and scored for a touchdown. Game would have been over right there.
Kincaid didn't sell.
Kincaid played well. And then Josh Allen on the last drive of the game, 2 minutes left in the game, they're driving down the field. You're trying to run out the clock and score with as little time on the clock as possible. And instead of taking a check down throw to Stephon Diggs, who we've been force-feeding the entire game, he passes up that, it seems doesn't even look at him, and takes a deep shot into the end zone to try and win it in one play. Do you think the Chiefs can't score in 2 minutes?
I think they can score in 13 seconds.
I think they can score real quick. So why are we forcing the ball into the end zone? Drive down the field methodically, stay in bounds, chew up as much clock as you can, and try and make it the last possession of the game. Because guess what? You're playing the defending champions, who you're 0-2 against in the playoffs. We've heard this song and dance. 0-3 now. We've heard the song and dance before, and he still tries to be the hero. You can't defend it.
I just think that Josh Allen did everything right except that final throw to the end zone that really just shook the entire drive at the end. I thought he made a perfect ball to Stephon Diggs, which he dropped. I think that there was a lot of things that the Bills did right, but I think Stephon Diggs was a huge problem. I think if he just showed up, I think the Bills are still in the postseason right now.
I've been saying that since day one, too. I've been saying Josh Allen needs more help. Stephon Diggs he's a number one receiver, but he's not a top fiver. He's maybe not even a top tenner. He had, 2 good games this year? And granted, those good games were really good.
Since week 10, Shakir, the number 3 target.
What's his first name? Exactly. Go ahead. Tell your stat.
So Shakir, since week 10, Shakir had 40 more yards than all the way up to the divisional round. He had 40 more yards than Stephon Diggs and had 42 less targets.
Tell me his first name in the comments. Without looking it up, tell me who that is. And he outscored Stephon Diggs, or received Stephon Diggs with so many less targets. There's an issue. And we're going to act like Stephon Diggs needs out of Buffalo. Buffalo needs out of Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, if you're saying the quarterback's the problem and it's Josh Allen, you're wrong. Because, like we already mentioned, there was this 60-yard pass that went through his arms. The ball could not have been placed any better if Josh Allen tried. For a throw like that, it really couldn't have.
Perfect.
It was past the defender. It was over Diggs' shoulders. He put his arms out, and it went right between them. Right between them. And it's not like the Buffalo team didn't have any help either. There was the fumble call at the goal line that ended up being a touchback, which was crucial for them to have an opportunity. They go 4 and out. They actually lost yards on that drive. Lost yards on it. They were given all the opportunities they needed and still couldn't win the game.
I'll tell you who didn't play bad, though. That O-line held up the entire game for both teams, truthfully.
Yeah. I think the Chiefs did just enough. I really think the Bills lost it more than the Chiefs won it in that regard.
The Chiefs played a very average game for them this season. They did okay. The Bills just couldn't seal it when it mattered most.
But as a Ravens fan, are you worried about the Chiefs going into
I was worried about the Bills going into Baltimore. I'm less worried about the Chiefs than I would be about the Bills. That's not to say I'm not worried at all, because
can't not be worried against
you
Patrick
can't.
Mahomes.
Yeah, exactly. Patrick Mahomes. It's one of those things where I'm not worried about my offense. I am worried about my defense facing Patrick Mahomes. It's a great defense. They have been locked down all season long.
Maybe an all-time defense.
Exactly. But it is still Patrick Mahomes. He will make the best defenses ever look silly. And that is the truly only thing that scares me.
I think what scares me if I'm a Chiefs fan is you got your one. So this is how I put it. There's only 2 targets in Kansas City you could trust, Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce. And you got your one.
Travis Kelce looked good, but
he looked good.
Last couple of weeks of the season, he did not look good.
No, but this is the thing. You got your one from Marquez Valdez-Scantling. You got your one from everyone else. So you're down to just these 2 receivers for the rest of the way.
I would argue that Pacheco still gets his one.
Pacheco, got his one against the Dolphins. So they got
but
all.
Pacheco
and
still
Rashee
looked really
Rice, you
good.
could argue, if you don't trust Rashee Rice that much, he got his one against the Dolphins.
Yeah, he does.
So you're now down to just Travis Kelce, which they won a Super Bowl off of it. They did. They figured it out. But you're running off of this offense that is just everyone's kind of had their best days, and you're asking them to once again turn it around. And you need more than just Travis Kelce and Rashee Rice. You need Marquez Valdez-Scantling. You need Pacheco to both go off, and you might need more than that. You might need the offensive line to hold, because against that 4-man rush that Baltimore Ravens have, the 4-man rush is the worst part of their defense. When you get past that, they're going to be locked up. So if they can get a 4-man rush to get to Mahomes, they're screwed.
And they've shown they can.
They're screwed. What are you going to do?
Especially that interior pressure, it's phenomenal.
I'm very excited, though, to see Pacheco and either Patrick
Lightning McQueen.
Ka-chow.
Patrick Queen, or Roquan Smith, just to meet in the hole. Just because, he runs like a freight train. He might not be the toughest running back in the league, but he runs
angry.
He runs angry. And the Baltimore defense plays angry. So when they hit each other, it is going to be hard all game long.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what happens in the AFC Championship game. I think that the Ravens have a good shot, but you can't count out Mahomes.
You can't. You really can't. And that's what's terrifying.
It's time for Stat of the Week. The Boston Celtics were on a 20... What?
Boston.
All right, the Boston Celtics won a 20-0 winning streak at home until last Friday, where they lost to the Nuggets. And in that 20 straight winning streak, that is more than the bottom 3 teams in the NBA combined, their win total. It's more than the bottom 6 East teams, like not total combined, but it's more wins than the bottom 6 East teams and the bottom 4 Western teams. And it took over half the season for the Celtics to lose at home. They are now at the halfway point with 20-1. They're halfway done with their home games. I think there's 41 home games, so they're past halfway.
Yep.
So, how far did the Celtics go this season? Now that the Bucks have fired their head coach today, we're recording on Tuesday night. So they fired their head coach today. So
crazy move.
Bucks are apparently underperforming. How far can the Celtics go in the East?
They're going to lose in the conference championship, preferably to the Heat.
Oh.
Everybody else gets to be a homer. Why can't I?
No. You have to be realist.
Oh no, I'm so okay. I'm okay with this. I'm an FBA guy. I don't like Boston teams, but I do have to say, their top 2 guys, Tatum and Brown, really scoring this year, both at over 20 points per game. Porzingis has pretty much 2 blocks a game. Technically, it's 1.9, but I feel okay rounding that up to 2. I feel like that's a safe roundup.
Dare you?
They're playing good basketball. They always play good basketball throughout the season. It's not like this team has been bad for the past couple of years. They're a good team. They're always a contender. Even with whatever trades they want to make or do make, they will be a contender up until the end, unless someone gets hurt. And that is, that hasn't happened. They've had people play just about every game, if not every game, the most minutes in the game as they can, with still resting because it is still the regular season. Why can't this team go all the way? It's just
no. They absolutely can.
No,
we say this about the Celtics every year. They're dangerous enough to go all the way,
and
that's just putting it together.
Their GM is probably one of the best to ever do it. Just the way he constructed this team for the past 5 years.
He went from Kyrie. He had Horford and Hayward.
Yeah. And
changed that into Tatum, Brown, at some point Marcus Smart, and now Derek White.
I just like how the Celtics are relatively unattached to their players, and I know it sucks trading away a guy you like, especially like, I'll use an example, Marcus Smart. But certain moves have to be made, and I think they're good at making those moves, which increases the longevity of, and I'm not going to call it a dynasty, but this run that they're on right now.
They haven't won a championship. This
I know,
isn't even a run.
But you understand, it is a run.
A GM run.
It's a run. They're going to conference championships. They're making deep runs in the playoffs. There's definitely something there.
This is as open as a window can get. They just can't fit 5 guys through it.
All
right. That's a way to say it.
It is one way.
That's how many guys play on the court. How big is a window realistically?
I don't want to dive further into this.
Yeah, we're gonna move just beyond.
So far beyond.
Anyway. So, I think that there's some competition, of course, with the Bucks, but who else really? The Heat are always a threat, but they're not playing too great.
So this is, in some opinions, laughable, in some opinions, very real. The Sixers.
The Sixers always. Well, come postseason time, Embiid can't just walk you to it.
Yeah, it's the Cowboy syndrome, but can you really rely on that?
No,
you can't. They're a candidate to go all the way.
See, he's the MVP frontrunner again, right?
Oh yeah, and this year he's playing like it.
Oh yeah, it just feels like it's just him.
Jokic is up there, but other than that,
not MVP, just on the Sixers.
Oh, yeah, you have Maxey balling out.
Maxey's doing okay, but if Embiid isn't just putting everything back in,
but that's the way it should be. Look at Jokic. He's the guy. He's got Jamal Murray.
But here's the thing: when you had Jamal Murray, Jamal Murray can go get a bucket when you need him to.
Yeah.
You actually weirdly for the Nuggets run, there was a couple of just out of nowhere players that could get a bucket.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You build the team around your superstar, and I think that they're finally starting to do that in Philly. It's Joel Embiid's team.
Do you trust the people around him to do that in the postseason?
Yeah, I think they have a deep roster.
Well, you do. Okay.
They have Mo Bamba.
That changes everything.
Do they?
Yeah. I just pulled up the roster.
What is he, the backup center?
Yeah.
He's got to play no minutes.
He has 24
minutes.
games played. Yeah, 9 minutes, 4.3 points per game.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean,
he plays.
He's playing.
But
Doing better than us.
I think there's really no one else in the East that have a shot besides you could always argue the Heat.
I mean, the Cavs have talent.
Cavs have talent, but are they going to put it together like that?
If we're talking about we're at mid-season. If we're talking about a shot, yeah, we're talking about every team that has a shot.
Okay. Is there anyone else you could think of? I don't think the Cavs have a shot, but
I'm a little hesitant to say the Knicks.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's wild.
Yeah,
that's wild. They play well in the regular season, and even then, I feel like they're underperforming so far. So, the trade has done okay. I feel like the trade has made both teams, play better. Even the Raptors.
I think RJ's looked decent in.
He has
in Toronto.
The trade
I haven't watched much of the Knicks with OG, but
it's the same old thing.
Yeah, but if you are watching the Knicks, you're watching the Knicks. What's the trade-off there?
It's a lose-lose situation.
Fair enough.
But, sorry, Knicks fans.
But that was Stat of the Week, and we're going to move on to the Flaming Questions.
Per Jeff Pass and Reese Hop.
It's time for the Flaming Questions. All right, guys, let's go straight to the first one. Josh Hader signed a 5-year deal with the Houston Astros. Now, with the revamped bullpen and the lineup and the starting rotation being mostly maintained, are the Astros once again favorites to win the AL?
The favorites to win the AL West.
Who else in the AL?
Who else in the AL? Well, they're not the only teams who have made a move this year. You still have teams like the Baltimore Orioles, who were hot last year. They're just going to get better this year. They've made moves, other signings. You have other teams in the AL West, like the Texas Rangers.
Say what you want to say.
And you can never, ever count them out. The New York Yankees. They just signed Juan Soto. Their lineup's as powerful as it's been in the past 2.5 years. All because Houston is making some signings. Most of their players are aging. And Houston's Houston. They're going to be good. It's one of those. They're like the Boston Celtics of baseball.
That's
they're
what I was
just
going to say.
Gonna be.
You never
good,
count them out.
Except they win rings.
They're not the Boston Celtics of baseball. They are the Golden State Warriors of baseball.
They're not that
They're
good.
the Kansas City Chiefs of baseball. They are always in it.
I disagree
They're
with
at
both.
least going to the Final Four every year. How do you disagree with that?
Because who's the Patty Mahomes?
Well,
Jose Altuve.
I'm saying the Chiefs.
Are we saying
not
as
players,
a team?
as like the team success?
2022,
Yes,
both won the world.
Chiefs.
Chiefs have
not
gone to
Warriors.
the conference finals. Chiefs have gone to the conference finals every year since Patty Mahomes became
What
a star.
city did they both beat in the 2022 championships?
Boston.
Philly.
Philly.
Huh?
Oh, Philly.
They both beat Philly.
Yeah.
Astros beat Philly. Chiefs beat Philly.
Yeah. True.
Nice. But anyway, so
Interesting.
fact of the week. But anyway, so it's just with the Chiefs always being in the Final Four. I think the Astros have been in the Final Four like every year, like the ALCS, like every year for I don't know how many years. 17 they were in it, 18 they were in it, 19 they made it to the World Series, 2020 were they in it? 2020?
2020 doesn't count.
Oh, whatever. So
60 games.
2021 they were in the World Series. 2022 they won the World Series. In 2023 they made it to the ALCS. So they're actually, if not better, just about the same as the Chiefs in that regard. And when it came to the Warriors, they just were always winning. So, but you get my point. Like they actually have success. They're not Boston. But when it comes to them with getting Hader, I think they've revamped the bullpen, which is huge. They have the lineup that there are some question marks in Alex Bregman. Can he keep it up? And that's really it, because Jordan and Kyle Tucker are going to be superstars.
Pitching's good.
Pitching's good. And you also know that you have up-and-comers in Chaz McCormick, and you have...
You said Alex Bregman, right?
He's the question mark.
He's 29.
Exactly. I'm getting to my point. So,
calm down.
You have Jeremy Pena and Chaz McCormick on the rise. Jose Altuve is your superstar. He's your captain. He always performs. The only question mark that's scary at positions is catcher. And I was going to say, because your other question mark, then your second and your biggest one when it comes to falling off, would be your third baseman, who's under 30 and has not shown very much of regression at all. He just played a little worse this last year.
Isn't this the first year without Dusty?
Yes, that is the.
So there's your question mark.
True.
There's your question mark. You never know how a team responds. And I know the manager sometimes is a little less important than a sport like football or something like that, but it's still a very big part of the game.
And it's not just any manager. It's Dusty Baker, one of
the GOATs.
One of the oldest players and coaches in baseball. He was on the same team as Hank Aaron. Guy's been around the league a minute. And that brings something to a clubhouse. Now, you do have a lot of veterans on this team, like Verlander and Altuve, who are great leaders and especially in the clubhouse and always great on the field.
They've been around the game.
But a presence like Dusty Baker is completely and utterly irreplaceable.
That's true. But I think the biggest threat is, of course, the Rangers because they just won, and the Yankees are always a threat because they always figure it out. But the Orioles, if they put it together like it's seemingly going towards, then yeah, the Orioles could be a huge threat, and you can't ever count out Toronto. So next,
or Tampa Bay, just because.
And Tampa Bay, for some reason.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know with that team. And next, the Lions defeated the Bucks on Sunday and will be heading to Santa Clara to face the 49ers. Who do you guys think will win this game? Very likely, 50-50 that Deebo Samuel plays. I don't
know.
I think if Deebo plays, it's up in the air. If he doesn't, I'm favoring the Lions.
Really?
Yep.
I think if he does play, I'm favoring the Niners. If he doesn't, it's up in the air.
Why do you think it's up in the air without?
Because I think that offense stalls a little bit with Deebo, but he's not the number one receiver.
He's not.
They still won without him.
The problem is the offense has been very much stalling when they sell run.
Absolutely, but they still have a good running game to rely on. The Lions aren't particularly good at stopping the run. They still have weapons in Kittle. They still have weapons in Ayuk. And, of course, Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield.
Yeah,
he still has plenty of receivers.
We can't be harking on the run too much when the run is CMC.
It's the reason they're here.
I know. But have you seen the offense in the last couple of weeks?
And
it has been questionable.
And the 49ers defense, also very good.
That is true.
So, the Lions, they are a good offense, but they are a little bit more inexperienced and can be prone to mistakes when they play a team as good as the Niners.
But they also almost lost to a quarterback that you don't think is that good in Jordan Love. The
Lions almost lost to the Bucks.
To a quarterback you think is good in Baker Mayfield.
And a team I don't think is very good.
Regardless
what? I don't think the Bucks are that good. Do you?
I actually did think they were pretty good.
You think the Bucks are that good? You don't think this is a little bit of a fluky run that they made it this far? That they almost beat the Lions and ended up in the conference championship game?
They also won more convincingly. They won an extremely convincing game. Actually, so did the Packers. But they both did win pretty convincing games. But at the end of the day...
The Packers won more convincingly.
Yeah, true. I'll give you that.
They have a more complete team, if I'm sitting here and arguing
Packers?
with you. Yeah.
Their defense?
Their defense has been playing out of their mind the past 6-7 weeks of the season.
The Bucks defense...
They've been letting up almost nothing.
Bucks defense were very similar.
The Packers O-line is better. The Packers wide receivers.
We're debating the teams that they beat. Let's debate the teams.
You started the debate.
So he wants to change the subject because he's losing.
What are you talking about?
Whatever. So I think that the Lions have a better shot because they have a pass rush that can get into Purdy's head, and when Purdy gets in his head, your team showed me this. He throws some ducks.
Okay.
Up in the air, and the Lions are an opportunistic defense as well. I also think Jared Goff is the better quarterback in this matchup, even though if you told me a year ago, I'd be hesitant to tell you that.
I think it's close.
I think Jared Goff's been playing way better than Brock Purdy recently. I think Purdy has better weapons.
Which one was an MVP front runner?
Purdy. But have you seen...
Oh, okay.
But have you seen how it's ended up?
I mean, yeah.
When they was put to
They're
the
both
test,
in the conference championship.
When he got told that he was a front runner, what happened like 3 days later against
He played the best team in the NFL.
and then has been playing mediocre ever since. He has
That's
not
just
played
because the Ravens embarrassed teams. We
Well,
kicked
I
them
know
while
that,
they're
but
down.
after the Ravens, he's been playing mediocre. He's just been playing mediocre. I don't know what you guys did to that guy, but you changed that man's psyche. He has not been playing well.
Quote the Raven, nevermore.
Exactly. I didn't want to gas him up, but I had to. But so Brock Purdy's been playing worse than Jared Goff in the recent weeks. So I have more faith in Jared Goff. This is the thing. Amon St. Brown has been playing lights out, but the thing is Ayuk could go off at any moment, which is a definite risk there. And then it comes down to the tight ends, which George Kittle's way more established, but Laporta's been playing really well as well. Laporta's getting
Kittle's the better all-around player.
but
Yes.
Laporta's on a fast track to being the best tight end in the league.
Well, he's not as good as a blocker, but he is a better deep threat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be extremely close regardless of whether Debo plays or not. But I genuinely give a little bit of favor to the Lions because the Lions just, that spark, that fire, like kind of like the Nationals 2019 run, the Braves 2021 run. Baseball has it a lot. I just feel like the Lions have it.
That's why I am on the fence if Debo doesn't play. Because I think the 49ers are a better team, but I think the Lions have the fire to go all the way.
See, I'm going with the 49ers because, one, I think their defense still edges out the Lions' defense, and even just the Lions' offense. Their defense has been amazing. Besides the Ravens, some of the best linebackers and general defense in the league. And I think they're just better coached. And I think in a game like this, it'll come down to that. I think the Lions are going to try and take risks that the Lions have been taking all year long. And I think this is the game where it bites them in the butt. This is the game where they try and do some sort of trick play on a third down or try to go for it on a fourth down. And this is the defense that will stop them.
True.
That's a good take because they are a very risky special teams and offense at times. But I just think they have it. I don't know how to explain what it.
Just listen to the crowd at the stadium.
Something I like to bring up more towards March Madness, but I believe in a thing I like to call sports magic, where every postseason there is just one team who's there. Yes, they made the postseason, but they shouldn't really be there, and they have that it, as you call it.
I'm a Giants fan and a Heat fan. I absolutely believe in that.
See, last year, the MLB season, it's the Diamondbacks, right? Why'd they make the World Series? They just had it. They had the sports magic. FDU in March Madness last year, they got the sports magic. This year in the NFL, it is the Lions. They get the magic.
Mm-hmm.
But magic wears off.
It does. Usually in the.
That was heavy. That was heavy.
That was a good argument. I'm not going to argue with you, Rob. You kind of had too much. You were spitting on that one. So we're going to go to the final question.
Can't argue with magic.
I can't argue with magic.
You literally can't.
The Golden State Warriors are not only playing some of the worst basketball we have seen in the last decade, they also have had to watch massive regression from two of their core players, Draymond Green and Klay Thompson. Where do the Warriors go from here? Trade deadline's coming up. What do you think the Warriors are going to do?
Try and get younger. But they can't, you can't just trade away Draymond or Klay. You can't.
I think if you just trade Draymond, no one's going to care
No,
too much.
people are going to care.
Really?
People will care.
They
He's been there
should.
so long.
Yeah, but he's been such a problem for the Warriors recently.
And
Recently.
Warriors fans love that. Sure, outside looking in, you're like, oh, Draymond's a problem, yada, yada, yada. He's the team's tough guy.
It sucks to play him.
Exactly. It sucks to play him, and every team loves their guy who is just a bit of a prick.
Marcus Smart. We were just talking about him. Pat Bev.
It's someone who will poke and prod at the other team until they break. Now, sometimes Draymond was the one to break first and just start throwing haymakers and putting people in rear Nelsons and jumping from the top rope. But
from the stands,
but as a fan, that's something you appreciate because another thing is the thing people talk about a lot with basketball is it's getting too soft. It's getting too soft, man.
Is.
Same with football or whatever sport they're playing. It's getting too soft, man. And then they got people like Draymond.
Why did you say that like you were on drugs?
I don't know. I was just.
It's the bottom of the ninth.
It's just how I said it. It's the inflection
Getting
I
too
chose
soft,
to
man.
impose on the word.
Ah, man, it's been a little bit, last when I played.
Exactly. It was supposed to sound like an older guy complaining about, young people playing sports.
Thought it was
Nailed
perfect.
it, Liam.
Thought it was perfect.
Nailed it.
But, he brings that to the team, and there are fans who definitely appreciate that. So getting rid of him will definitely irk a bunch of fans.
I just think Clay would be the more difficult one to get rid of. But I don't. But first of all, we also have that question: who has more trade value? Because they're both not playing well.
I'd say Clay, just because you don't have that liability factor you do with Draymond. Now I know I said
You have also more of an injury factor.
you do have more of an injury factor, but teams prefer PR first. You look.
Dylan
better.
Brooks still got signed.
You're right, he did. But he got signed. He didn't get traded for.
Yeah.
That is a big part of it. If you sign somebody, you can go for a lower end contract. Trading for somebody is like, no, we really want this guy on our team. And
Marcus
we're willing
Smart
to
got
give
traded
up our
for.
pieces. Yeah, but Marcus Smart is playing well.
He is playing well.
You also got to look though. If you're Steph Curry, you lost your Splash Brother, and you lost the trio because probable that it's gonna split it by at some point in this year. I would be shocked.
You think?
If it stays together next season?
I think it stays together.
If they decide to go and move on, would Steph want to still be there? Would he want to retire?
Yeah,
Or?
I think Steph is one of those guys, one of those rare breed guys. We saw it in Dame, it didn't work out, but I think he's one of those rare guys where he wants to play for his team.
Something that also helps with Steph staying is he already won the rings. Now, I get it, winner's mentality, you want to win more, but you already won them there. I want to keep winning them here. This is where I've set up my life. This is where I've played for the better part of, 7 years more at this point. And so, why would he want to leave? Now, there are players who have traveled and they, change teams every 3 or 4 years. That's not enough time to truly settle down. He has made this place his home. Why leave home?
Well, the thing is that aids Steph in that regard is Dame didn't win a ring. So Dame couldn't win. Steph won. So I think there's less reason for him to leave. I agree. I don't think he would, but you had to put that out there. It's time for game time! Woo! All right, guys, this game is a new one. This week we'll be playing a game that involves the TV, but for all of you audio listeners, I will help you and guide you along as we go through this process. How is this game played? I will blindfold one of you, and the person blindfolded has to give me questions. What are you asking for? Well, there will be an athlete on the screen, and I will, of course, give a little bit of a hint as to where to start with this athlete, and you guys have to find out who it is. Now, guys, guess along and ask and respond to us on socials how long it took you guys to get this person. So I just kind of put them in slides and then realized that it's in a particular order, and I went off of people that are specifically for you each, but it's out of order. So we're kind of just gonna go crazy and just go
That's weird.
back and forth. So the first person that will be going is Liam, and the blindfold will be a Dear Hollow Heroes hoodie. All right, there you go. Here, put on your blindfold.
Why didn't we just get a blindfold?
No. We have to show that
I know each of us owns a bandana.
Yeah.
Don't cover your mouth so you can still speak.
Yeah.
Is the logo facing?
Yes.
Sort
Now,
of.
yep, there you go. Perfect.
I'm back, baby.
All right, perfect. All right. Now, this is an athlete that has been very, very famous for a very long time and has received numerous accolades for his work. Liam, what is your first question?
So is it how many, the fewest questions we can get it in?
Yeah, actually, hold on. I do need my pen. I dropped it.
Oh, yeah, I'll just sit here with a hoodie on my face.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. All right. So, now I need to put a little bit of a graph here.
You're going to draw a graph?
No, just so I can tally how many questions.
He's actually drawing the player right now from memory.
He looks so handsome. All right.
Are there any all-timers on this list?
There are all-timers. It's a
Across all sports, too?
yeah. They don't have to be active
Okay.
across all sports. So, what is your first question?
Is it a yes or no question?
Yes, there are yes or no questions.
Okay. NBA.
No.
NFL.
No.
MLB.
No.
Huh. NHL?
Nope.
Okay, I'm going to be sitting here forever. Tennis?
No.
Skateboarding?
No. This is such a good start.
Trust me, this is definitely a player you know.
Yes. I made sure that you both know the people that you're searching for.
What am I, 10 questions in?
You're 6.
MLS?
Nope. Come on. Think more vague.
More vague?
Broaden your horizons with these types of questions.
Yes.
Don't. I think asking for a league will not help.
Yeah.
You're kidding me. Is he a player that I like more than you guys?
No. No.
Does his sport involve a ball?
Yes. It does involve a ball.
Is he a professional athlete?
Technically. Yes.
You MFer. Technically?
Technically.
No, he is. He is.
He is.
So it's a man.
That could have gone so wrong if you just. If you
I was gonna start guessing WNBA.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Joey Chestnut.
No.
Thought I had it.
Guesses are counted as questions, by the way. If you're wrong.
There's no balls in eating hot dogs.
Active athlete.
You're
right.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, why is there a question mark?
Because Ben didn't know, but I did.
That's a good question.
Dude,
A good hint.
What is this?
Would you like to spend a question and get a hint?
Yes.
All right. So
I had that option the entire time.
this athlete, you get one. This athlete is a all-timer and arguably the greatest at what he does.
Yeah, obviously. But the problem is he's going to be a darts player.
Just so it doesn't cost you a point, I will let you know it is not a darts player.
This is what you get for all of your crazy locks.
Is this esports?
No. You're going to be shaking your head when you get
Is it? Are they American?
Yes. Think. Come on.
I don't know. Can I give up?
No, come on.
No,
you
gotta
know
think.
this guy.
How would I?
Come on. There is realistically
I've
only
gone
one
down to
sport.
competitive eating.
Name goats. Just name goats. Greatest at what they do.
Boxing. Is it boxing?
No.
Is it combat sports?
No.
Pretty far away from it.
Pretty far.
You're kidding me.
The opposite.
This is not a high-intensity sport at all.
I think it's even
Is
better
it-
that he has a sweatshirt on his head while doing this.
Is it an academic pursuit?
No.
Are you kidding me?
There's really one sport
There's
you
only
haven't
one.
mentioned.
There's only one sport left. This is what's incredible. I can't believe.
One real sport
Here, I'm just
that
gonna
is
help you out
televised.
because you're at 17. So I'm gonna help you out. One of us has played this sport.
Lacrosse?
But only one of us. Just
Oh
speed this
no.
up.
Golf?
Yes.
Oh no. Is it Tiger Woods?
Yes.
Oh no.
How many questions did it take him to get to Tiger
20.
Woods?
The greatest golfer of all time, Tiger Woods.
are bright. This game sucks.
Another torture game.
Now you know how I felt last week.
The comments said that they love the torture
I'm
game.
going down this week. Oh, look at his face. He was looking right at me too.
All right, up next is Rob for his athlete.
Wait,
By the way,
let me get my blindfold on.
there are 3 each.
Let's not dignify it. Let's get the sweatshirt on.
There you go.
This finely crafted, very comfortable, very versatile sweatshirt.
Yes.
That does come in multiple colors.
It does.
It does. All right, so the next athlete is another very, very famous all-time athlete and has numerous accolades. And this person has done so much for who they represent.
This one's so much easier.
No, it is not. They are wildly even. All right. Rob, what is your first question?
Are they currently playing their sport?
No. They are not currently playing their sport.
Did they play this sport in the 21st century?
Yes. They did play the sport in the 21st century.
Do they have multiple championships of their sport?
Yes, they do.
Is it Tom Brady?
No, it's not.
Close, though.
Okay, the way you said close and the way he laughed makes me think I'm a little far off.
Oh, my goodness.
No longer playing in the 21st century.
That would be so mean if it was just one of the more obvious.
It's Tiger Woods again.
That would be. Oh my goodness! I have an idea for next year. Gotta hold it to it.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of a good.
It's tough. It's tough when you're under the hoodie of solitude.
Because you're alone with your thoughts, thinking.
Do they play on a grass field?
No. It's not.
Not technically.
Stop saying things.
Is it an indoor sport?
Yes, it is.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. When the
Is it football?
No. What?
Whoa. I want a tally for that.
No.
Most of the time. Is it hockey?
No. Every game is indoors. Just because Liam threw you off, I'm going to help you out. Every
Is
game.
it LeBron James?
No. What?
Close.
No. Why do you say things? Rob was very respectful for you.
He was, actually. I'll stop.
And he was actually helping you.
He was. He also felt bad.
Yeah, I mean, you were saying competitive eating.
I thought Joey Chestnut was a valid guess.
It was. Actually, for the actual answer, is actually pretty good. But darts and competitive e-gaming? What do you think I was going to put up there?
Ninja.
Oh, that would... I would never... actually, I might, just to be mean.
That'd be a wild first pick.
Wild way to start.
We should not be discussing while Rob is hyperventilating under the...
It's actually really hard to breathe under this thing. I didn't think it was.
But it's very comfortable in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, don't wear it over your head like this. Wear it like, a hoodie.
And it looks great. More people will like you.
Some people say I look better like this than wearing it normally, but
statistically, you make more money.
What? Really?
That end of stat. That's it.
Nothing to back it, but bold claim here. It's a lock.
Is this a player that I would likely have on my wall?
No, it would not be.
Okay.
All right.
Are they tall?
Relatively, yeah.
What's relatively?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Like, am I tall?
No.
No.
Okay. So they're taller than me.
Like me.
Like you?
Yeah.
Okay.
But handsomer.
Is it a basketball player?
No.
It's not basketball. Is it a baseball player?
Nope.
It's not basketball. Hockey? I already said hockey.
Nope.
Does that count as another question?
I think I fixed myself in time.
I think he fixed himself in time.
I think I fixed myself in time.
All right.
Is it Usain Bolt?
No.
Good guess.
Oh, it is.
That's a solid guess.
Yeah. He's got this. He's got this.
Did they play predominantly more before or after 2010?
Oh, pretty much in the
Like
middle.
on the line?
Like on the line.
Pretty long career.
Pretty
Right. Okay.
illustrious.
Very.
But like their prime was around the between let me guess 2008 and 2014ish.
Yeah.
I would say at least, one of those years.
That's a strong prime. Would you like to use your phone a friend?
Yes, give him one.
Yeah.
All right,
That's my hand here.
I'm going to take one tally. This person their success is record-breaking. Nobody on planet Earth has ever done what this person has done before.
I can't
All right,
see.
so once again, this person has won. Their success is unprecedented. Nobody's ever done it before.
Or since.
Is it a female athlete?
No.
Why'd you say it like that?
like never in a million years.
I said unprecedented success, and you guessed a
Ben
girl?
hates women. Hates them.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me?
Unprecedented success.
You.
None of the top 4 major sports.
I love women, by the way.
Is it Michael Phelps?
Wow!
No way.
At the buzzer with 18
Dude,
questions.
let's go!
Yes, bro.
Takes it and take a look at your success. Michael Phelps is the answer. And Rob, put it right back on. You're up next.
Oh, okay.
No rest for the weary.
Right when I thought I could breathe again.
All right. This is an athlete that has been discussed numerously on the pod. This athlete...
Is it Josh Allen?
No.
Good guess.
No,
Okay.
but good guess. Hold on, I have to separate. All right, cool. No, it's not Josh Allen. This athlete's been discussed heavily on Deer Hollow Heroes.
Are they a football player?
Yes.
Do they play on offense?
Yes.
Most of the time, yeah.
Hey, Liam. If you could do me a solid.
Yeah.
Really, really.
Yeah, what'd you need? Anything.
Shut up.
I cannot do that.
It was worth a shot.
It's a podcast.
It'd be a pretty stupid podcast.
Offensive football player, that's not Josh Allen. That narrows it down to like 3.
You got this. I believe in you. A offensive football player that has been talked about numerous times on Deer Hollow Heroes.
Stephon Diggs.
No. 2 Bills.
Are they a quarterback?
Yes. 2 Bills. That was...
Have they won a ring?
No.
Gotten somewhat close.
No.
Somewhat.
No.
Is it Mac Jones?
No.
No, he has not gotten somewhat close.
Yeah, his best attempt was a 40.
That guy just stinks.
Yeah, no, but I was just going between our 2 most talked about teams, the Patriots and the Bills.
That is true. Yeah, we constantly talk about
We
the
love
Pats.
the AFC East.
Yeah,
You 2 love the AFC East.
true.
Yeah. Good division. Great teams.
Come close, we've talked about him a lot. It's a quarterback. Do you consider them a Pro Bowler? Have they made the Pro Bowl?
No.
No.
No, okay.
All right.
Do they play in the AFC?
No. You got this. A NFC quarterback that we discuss a lot on Deer Hollow Heroes. Who is this quarterback? It is so quiet.
Just hyping things up.
Just saying things now. Come on, Rob, think.
Or at least think out loud.
Dak Prescott.
No.
Dakota.
No Dak Prescott. I thought this was going to go quicker, but he's just sitting there quietly.
I'm sorry.
He's losing oxygen in
I'm
there.
already
16
winning
of
this
them.
game. I don't want to sacrifice a lead when I have him in these things. 'cause-
I say just guess rapid fire.
Yeah, he's down to like
yeah, I bet you.
12. There's 12 answers. Well,
Is this team's primary color blue?
yes. Ooh, that's a good question.
Is it Danny DeVito?
No.
Is it Danny Dimes?
Yes.
I thought you had it when you said Danny.
With 12, it is Daniel Jones. And now, Liam, put it back on. You're up next. Same as Rob. This is another athlete that we talk about numerous times on Dear Hollow Heroes.
NFL.
Yes.
AFC.
Yes.
Offense.
Yes.
Quarterback.
Yes. AFC offensive quarterback. You're down to 16. Actually, probably closer to like 20.
The West or East?
Pick one.
No. Is it in the West or the East?
Oh. No.
So it's South or North.
Those would be the next two options, yes.
Are their primary colors a cold color?
A what?
Cold color. Blue, green, purple.
Yes.
Is the quarterback known for their athleticism?
Yes.
Is it Lamar Jackson?
Yes. Just like that, Liam catching up with 7. I think that gives Liam the lead.
Are we doing total guesses?
Yes, but off the round, it's tied. Off total guesses, okay. You're in the lead. So we're off to the final round. Liam, put it back on. The final round.
Hey, I had a back-to-back. Yeah. It's only fair.
It is only fair.
These are going to be different, like, startups, because I wanted the last round to be. The theme is different. This theme is entitled, Why on Earth Did You Make Me Have to Guess for This Person?
Oof.
All right. So, Liam, begin your guessing.
NFL.
Yes.
AFC.
No.
I love this.
West or East?
Yes.
East.
Yes.
Offense?
No.
Giants?
Yes.
D-line or linebacker?
No.
Current?
No.
Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I have a long hill ahead of me. Oh my jeez.
What would you like to say to Dominic Rodgers?
I hate Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. As a Giants fan, everybody loved him. I don't understand for the life of me why. He was burnt toast every game. Fastest guy on the field. Every game, fastest guy on the field. Couldn't cover anybody deep. Blows my mind.
All right. Rob, are you ready?
Yes.
For the final.
I don't know if I'm ready. I think I need a second.
All right. So this player is, again, a player that you'd wonder why I made you pick him. But you'll be laughing when you take off the hood. All right, begin.
Okay. Now, my first guess isn't going to be based off of, asking questions. I'm just going to go off the route of how you picked Liam's player. And I'm going to start off by just saying Jacoby Ellsbury.
No.
Oh. Is it a Yankee?
No.
Is it a baseball player?
Yes.
Well, most of the time.
That actually is not true.
Okay, it's a baseball player. Have they won an All-Star? Been to the All-Stars?
Yeah.
I don't know if they've won it, but they've been in it.
Well, yes.
Both are yes. They might have.
Both
all right,
yes.
So is it 2 questions, or are we just giving away information?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's not a big deal.
But it does narrow it down to probably an American League player. Is it an American League player?
Yes.
Oh, thanks, Ben.
Hey, the NL won it last year.
Yeah, the NL won it.
No, I'm playing.
But the previous 8 years, the American League won it. It's an American League player. AL East?
No.
AL West?
2 more guesses. No, you have 2 more. You have 1 more guess.
One more guess?
Yeah.
Because I'm already done.
You got 1 guess to miss, and then you're tied. And then if you have to ask 2 questions, then you're out and you lose. It is down to this.
Okay. I'm going to be speaking out loud. These are not questions.
Can I give you a hint? A good-natured hint?
As long as it doesn't count for a tally, yeah.
It doesn't.
Okay.
When I said most of the time, I wasn't necessarily lying.
Okay, so it's an AL Central player.
Mm-hmm.
I've already narrowed that down. I know the way Ben thinks. I wasn't necessarily lying when you said that, but there aren't many players in baseball nowadays who are really known for playing multiple sports outside of being good at golf.
AL Central is the worst one.
It's also not because they're good at golf.
It's not because they're good at golf. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Okay, this is... Now, I still get to guess as many guesses as I want until I get this guy after this, right?
Yeah.
Please, because
like
I
it's
said...
not
Okay.
over.
Okay, cool. I'm going to just... I'm really between two people that I want to guess right now.
Well, if you miss this one, you can still tie it, right?
Yep.
I can still tie it?
Yeah.
For the
Okay.
round, for round-wise, the tally, I think
Would still go to me.
Yeah, but
Is
Well, either way,
it...
your shot then?
Is it Luis Robert Jr.?
no.
There is some correlation.
Is it Tim Anderson?
No.
Is it a White Sox?
No! You're right
You
there.
were so close.
You were right there.
How was I right there with...
You're going to hate yourself.
And yeah. Yeah. Wrong side.
Wrong side.
Not necessarily not a baseball player, but maybe one time.
Wrong side. See, I'm guessing White Sox, and then you say wrong side.
Wrong side. He's right. Wrong side.
Immediately makes me think Chicago. But
Oh
No. Wrong train of thought.
side.
wrong train of thought. Is it the Royals?
No.
Is it
You know, I'm gonna give you an episode. I'm gonna give you a hint. First episode, the very first episode of Dear Hollow Heroes, discussed
Very heated.
Oh,
heated discussion.
Jose Ramirez.
Yeah,
Yes,
there
sir.
we go.
Yes, sir.
And
That was the other one I was between. It was between J. Ram and Luis Robert Jr.
Man.
so I thought that DRC would take longer. I was actually shocked how fast that one was. So
You picked a player on his favorite team, and you picked a Cleveland Guardian.
Kobe Ellsbury was a way better decision, but in my head I was like, ooh.
But to be fair, you went second, so you knew the theme better.
The end game time. Liam, you had 30. You had 35 total guesses. Rob, to end, you had 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40 total guesses. So Liam, you win the total battle, and Liam, you win 2 rounds to 1.
I thought I was shot when I went with the first one.
Yeah, but you have to remember you're playing me, and that is.
I mean, it was a good battle.
All right. So let's get to comment time. All right, our first comment is from Jared. He said, now that the Bills lost, the window in Buffalo is closed for the next few years. Do we agree or disagree?
I mean, do we have a list of key free agents?
No, I do not. I was too busy writing.
I know Adam Schefter likes to tweet him out like the next day.
Can you look it up?
I can.
Josh Allen.
What are the Buffalo Bills free agents?
Yeah.
But what do you think before we even see the free agents?
No, I don't think the window's closed. You still have Josh Allen. You can always build the team around a good quarterback.
Me too. I don't think the window's closed at all. But Rob, what do you got?
Micah Hyde.
Notable free agents: Micah Hyde. We got Damian Harris.
You got Taylor Rapp, AJ Espensa, Shaq Lawson, Gabe Davis.
Not that bad.
No, doable.
Very-
They can run it back.
They can. And